What up, True Northers? In today's mini-toot, we are going to be going over the Eccentric Hamstring Slide with a sandbag. But before we get started, we want to let you know why we picked this exercise to feature in today's mini-toot, as well as in our WTF or What the Fundamentals series. So research has shown the effectiveness of eccentric hamstring work in injury prevention and rehabilitation of hamstring strength. So while we know no exercise is magic, anything we can do to give you a hamstring up is a win for us. So what is today's exercise? Let's show you. What you're going to need for this exercise is 2 sliders and a sandbag. So the exercise, we're going to take the sandbag, place it on the hips. Heels are going to be on the sliders. We're going to come up and then slowly lower all the way down, keeping a nice controlled movement, and then bring the heels in and repeat. So that may look easy, but let me tell you, it's not. How do we get there? So first off, step 1 is being able to do a glute bridge. So I'm just going to move my sandbag out of the way so you can see what I mean when I say glute bridge. So for glute bridge, what we're going to do is we're going to have heels down. We want to make sure that we're driving up through the glutes. So come on up. At the top of the movement, we want to see the knees, the hips, and the shoulders all in a nice straight line, and then we're going to come on down. So again, we're just going to be going up and down. And we really want to be making sure we're feeling this in the glutes. So if you're finding you're feeling it a little bit more in the hamstrings or lower back, 2 things that you can do: adjust the heel position, so maybe bring those heels in a little bit closer to you to see if you can get the glutes engaged. And number 2, thinking about staying connected through your core. This is going to be important through all levels of this exercise. So what we're looking for when we say connected through your core is that when you come up, you're driving through those glutes, and we're not arching through that lower back. So we're staying connected through here to have that nice straight line, and then coming on down. So step 1, mastering that glute bridge. We should be looking at anywhere from 3 to 10 to 15 repetitions. And if you have successfully completed that, no trouble, then you can move on to the next level. The next level is when we start introducing some of that eccentric work for the hamstring. So before we go any further though, let's talk about eccentric. Eccentric just means that we are working the muscle through the long position. So if we were talking about your biceps, this would be concentric, this would be eccentric here. So for the hamstring, it's when we are working that muscle through that position where we're lengthening the hamstring. So step 2 is going to be the eccentric slide. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually, I lied. I jumped a step up. It's actually not step 2. That's step 3. Step 2 is going to be the glute bridge with the walkout. So to get the glute bridge with the walkout, you're going to come on up, same position that we had before, and now we're just going to walk it out, trying to keep those hips level, walking out as far as we can, maintaining a nice tight connection with the body, lowering down, heels back in, come on up, and repeat. So that is going to be the glute bridge with the walkout, where we introduce that eccentric portion of the exercise for the first time. Once we have mastered that, then we're going to be moving on to step 3 with the sliders. I was too excited before, and I apologize. But here we are now. We arrived at the same place. So eccentric hamstring slide. You're going to need sliders, or actually if you have a towel and a wood floor at home, then you can participate in this as well. So again, what we're looking for is a really nice, strong glute bridge up, very controlled, lower down. Don't let those sliders get away from you. Slow, 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 all the way down to the floor. Bring those heels back in, up, and repeat. Again, Once you are able to successfully complete that level and it's feeling good, then we can actually add in some load through the sandbag. So this is when we get to that eccentric hamstring slide with the sandbag. So again, we're gonna have the sliders here. Sandbag is gonna go across the hips. With this sandbag, there's handles on it, so I'm actually just gonna flip the sandbag so I have the handles here. I'm not gonna lock my elbows onto the floor, but I am gonna keep my hands here to prevent the sandbag from coming back. I'm gonna lift the hips up, and again, we're just gonna do that really nice, slow and controlled, lower down, all the way back down, heels in, up, and repeat. And there you have it. You will be doing the eccentric hamstring slide with the sandbag. So something to mention here, I didn't mention sets or reps for level 2, 3, or 4. So the glute bridge with the walkout, level 2, the eccentric hamstring slide, and then the eccentric hamstring slide with the sandbag. And that's because reps for that are gonna be a little bit lower. So you could still work 3 sets, but instead of working in that kind of 10 to 15 range that we were working for that glute bridge, instead what we would be doing is working towards maybe 5 to 8 reps. So with eccentric, a little goes a long way. So again, glute bridge, once you can hit 3 sets of 10 to 15, you can move on to that glute bridge with the walkout, number 2, 3 sets, 5 to 8, and if you're feeling swell with that, then you move on to the eccentric hamstring with the slide, and 3 sets, 5 to 8, feeling a-okay with that one. Then we go up to level 4, which is that eccentric hamstring slide with the sandbag. I hope this helps. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments or shoot us a DM. And we hope you and your hamstrings have a very happy day.